Meanwhile, history has been created in West Asia yet again. Weeks after a historic deal, a peace deal was signed, the first ever commercial flight from Israel to the UAE landed earlier this evening. A historic flight with some high-profile American and Israeli officials as passengers. The gesture may be symbolic, but it sets the tone for the future course of normalization of ties between Jerusalem and Abu Dhabi. This report details the events surrounding the historic moment. 30th August, Jerusalem. Donald Trump's top advisor Jared Kushner holds a press conference with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The two men promise to pursue peace with the Arab world.
We will continue to pursue peace between Israel, the biblical homeland of the Jewish people, and its Arab and Muslim neighbors, and I have never been more hopeful about peace.
We're all thrilled by the pace, the swift pace of normalization between Israel and the U.A.E.
The very next morning, the Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv begins preparations for some high-profile check-ins. Airport officials are visibly excited, all set to make aviation history.
Today we are making history, today we are living history. Today is the first direct flight from Tel Aviv to Abu Dhabi ever.
It is the first major step after the announcement of a peace deal. Delegates from Israel and the US are about to take off for Abu Dhabi. A symbolic yet significant gesture in the normalization of ties between the two sides. The distinguished passengers stop for a photo op on the tarmac. Leading the Israeli delegation is the country's national security advisor, Meir Ben-Shabbat. And leading the American delegation is Donald Trump's son-in-law himself, Jared Kushner.
I prayed yesterday at the wall that Muslims and Arabs from throughout the world will be watching this flight, recognizing that we are all children of God and that the future does not have to be predetermined by the past.
The best thing that could happen to us.
The delegates board the flight, an Israeli El Al airliner about to fly over the Saudi airspace all the way to the United Arab Emirates. The captain greets the passengers on this historic flight in 3 different languages.
Another step towards regional peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, shalom and welcome on board the long flight from Tel Aviv to Abu Dhabi. This is Captain Gravitas speaking. For the very first time, Israeli registered aircraft will fly Saudi Arabia.
At around 4 p.m. Gulf Standard Time, the flight lands in Abu Dhabi. The delegates receive a warm welcome from Emirati officials. And Jared Kushner makes another statement calling for peace.
For the last 3.5 years that I've been working on different issues in the Middle East, there's been a lot of sense of hopelessness. The last decades we've had conflict and war and division. And what happened here was 3 great leaders came together and they started writing the script for a new Middle East.
This 3-hour-long flight has taken more than 70 years to make. It marks a new turning point in Israel's relations with the Arab world. There are big prizes for all the 3 players. For Israel, this may lead to regional recognition of the Jewish state by other Arab countries. For the UAE, the Sheikhdom's glittering finance hubs stand to benefit from West Asia's most prominent security superpower. And for America, Donald Trump, a president under pressure, will showcase a historic peace deal in West Asia. Bureau Report, WION World is One.